I have been dieting for 20 weeks so far with the goal of winning a pro show and qualifying for the 2022 Olympia, but things haven't gone quite as planned. My intention was to compete a lot sooner, but I started to cut down and realized my plans had to change. There have been moments I felt like a failure, I wanted to quit, and questioned why I was doing this. Today, we're doing an in-depth physique update to see if we're even closer to my goal. And there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. Something that'll change this whole series.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm rich.
To our winner, Rene.
Doing our Dexa scan. If you've been watching me a while, you know that we always do a Dexa scan because it's one of the most accurate ones. So I will go over my results when we get home, but right now we still have cardio to do. So we're heading over to my gym to do cardio because I'm not going to be doing cardio anymore on the treadmill. Yeah, I know. Shocking, isn't it? I'm going to switch over to the Stairmaster from here until the end of prep. And the reason why is because I went to the gym on Saturday and I started my cardio session and I was like, let me just try to see if the Stairmaster will get my heart rate up, because my heart rate has been getting so used to running on the treadmill that like it takes a lot for me to even get it up, and I'm putting a lot of strain on my body. So I was like, let's see if we could switch machines. And it worked. I went to like level 9 and it like spiked my heart rate like so high. And then I was able to keep it around the 135 area by like bringing it down to like level 5 on the Stairmaster. So it was a little easier on my legs. Typically the Stairmaster it still hurts my legs, but at least it'll be a little easier on my knees, because doing a solid jog for 50 minutes, it's tough on your knees. So this might be the better of two evils. So we're gonna go do that. What's up, guys? We're back home from cardio, making my breakfast. We have protein powder in here, frozen blueberries, a teaspoon of ginger, and now I'm just putting in some glutamine for muscle recovery, fiber so we stay regular and go poop-poops. And we got some reds, very high in antioxidants. And last but certainly not least, Opti Greens. 50 plus greens, grasses, helps reduce bloat, also keeps you regular, mixing it up. So we did our cardio and pause. I'm so hungry. I like went longer because today we had to go do the Dexa scan. So usually I've already eaten my breakfast by now. So it's like my stomach was already growling. But the reason, like I told you guys, that we switched the cardio is because like at a certain point your body will get used to the cardio that you're doing, and like you have to do even more and like a higher intensity in order to like get the same effect. So I just started noticing that like I was trying so hard on the treadmill to like get my heart rate to go up, and it just wasn't good to like try and push that hard when I could just switch to a different machine and see if it can give me the same or a better effect. And that's exactly what's happening. And it was great. I ended up burning, I was able to hold my 135 heart rate that I wanted without having to like sprint to get there. And I was able to go like level 9 on the Stairmaster, and then my heart rate like spiked And then I was able to hold it at like level 5 on the Stairmaster, which is actually pretty slow. And I was able to do that the entire time without having to like sprint on the treadmill. And I ended up burning more calories because I was able to keep that heart rate. So from now on, I'm just gonna go to the gym and do the Stairmaster. I'm gonna have to wake up a little bit earlier now because I can't just go to my apartment gym. But if it means that I put a little bit less pressure on my body, I'm all for it. Gotta put my Know Your Power bracelet on. Okay guys, my AC in my place is not working and it's terrible. I've been sleeping so bad because I keep getting hot. I'm such a hot sleeper. Okay, I am so happy. This is amazing. So last month when we did it, it was 7/24/2023, obviously because we're in 2023. So that was July, June, July. Is that what comes before August? Yeah. So I was at 24.5% body fat, and it's today when we're filming this, it's August 21st, and I'm at 19.8% body fat. Has anybody seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? You've seen it, right, Ian? When they go, that's how I feel right now. So I'm getting my calculator because math is not my strong suit, and I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm good at math. 24.5 minus 19.8, we lost 4.7% body fat. That's the biggest jump in body fat that we have done this prep. And I'm so excited to finally be in the teens because the level of leanness that I think that I need to be in order to be as competitive as I want to be on stage is like 11% body fat. So now that we're in the teens, like it feels like we're getting so close. My fat tissue went from 42.3 pounds to 33.6 pounds. And we're still maintaining muscle, which is really, really awesome. Because the whole point of like prepping, and I've said this before, sorry, my upper lip is sweating because, you know, it's me. But we want to maintain as much muscle mass as we can while we shred down. That's why I've been taking so long to prep and like stretching it out so that I don't, because I could go into a very dangerous amount of calories and an insanely high amount of cardio and like push it like that really hard. But if I were to do that, I would cause my body way more harm than necessary. And that's not what we want to do because we want to do this long term. So if we're looking at this right here, the blue is fat tissue and the orange is muscle. And then obviously the white is bone. So we're still carrying a lot of fat right here, which is typically, I carry, like a lot of Hispanics carry it in their hips. So I like have a lot, like I can literally grab it and feel it. And then I'm seeing that at least here, my arms, there's barely any. It's just right on the edge. And then we're holding it right at this lower part in my stomach, but I'll show you guys what my body's actually looking like. I wish they showed what it looks like from the back because I feel like this season, I'm carrying a lot of fat in my upper back, which is different than most seasons. But what I feel like is happening, which is so cool, is that I'm losing weight in my stomach first, and then it's like going out, like in this area. And you can see by the orange that I'm not carrying as much fat in like the center as my stomach. It's more on the edges of my stomach, which is really cool. And I couldn't be any happier with this. So basically what this means is, calculator again, 19.8 minus 11% body fat. We have 8.8% body fat left to lose. And at this rate, if we keep going at this rate of losing this much in one period or more, we are going to be right on track. And I can't wait. So let's go upstairs real quick and we'll do a little body fat scan, or a body fat scan upstairs, a body check. What am I talking about? We already did that. And then I have something to tell you, to my physique update. Okay, so let's see if I can pose. Still the top isn't fitting back right because I still have a lot to lose in this area, but here's our front pose. Side pose. Back pose. So what I'm noticing, at least, is my stomach is looking a lot leaner. And these are the areas that we still need to lose because I'm able to like grab more, and we saw that in the body fat scan. My shoulders are looking so much tighter, like I can't grab as much fat. The main parts that I can grab are like in here still, but other than that, everything's like pretty hard. And my back, okay, still holding some body fat there, quite a bit. I feel like it's just holding it more. But the cool thing is, and what I've noticed is, at least when my body fat in the back goes down, there's less of like a roll when I'm doing my back pose, or like when I'm going to like the side. So there's less of that. It's a little bit more smooth instead of rolly rolls. And let's see. Let's take a look-see. Don't mind my laundry. Leaner legs. I have been starting to train quads a little bit more intensely because you guys know that I have been focusing mainly on training glutes and hamstrings and then just a little bit of quads. So I'm starting to see like the size come back in my quads, because of course if you don't train something like as intensely, then it's going to start reducing in size. But now that we've been doing this for about 3 to 4 weeks, I'm seeing the size come back. Oh, and this is what I was talking about with that area that needs to lose weight. This is where I'm holding it the most, is like right around my hips here, because you can see I've put on a lot of muscle in this area. Like, this is crazy. This little like lump that I have is awesome from doing all them abductions, but I could still grab a lot of, you know, little fat right there, and that's okay. But what I'm noticing too is that at least on the back end, that we're getting more cuts down here. You can start seeing my hamstrings come in, especially when the lighting isn't so like direct. You can actually see more lines, which is great. I'm still holding on to a lot of size back here, which is awesome. Calves are looking not as small, which is great. You know, we wanted to put on some size with my calves, and I feel like the running has helped. But yeah, feeling jacked. So let's go downstairs and do a confessional. Okay, guys. I have my Costa Rica fan. Hopefully this doesn't affect the sound, but I'll use it for a little bit. Okay, so there's something that I've been meaning to tell you, and I've been waiting for the right moment. So before I get there, there's something that I do have to mention that's also equally as important, maybe not equally as important, but I am actually starting a subscription here on YouTube, a monthly subscription. It'll already be up by the time you see this video. And basically what's gonna happen is if you sign up, which I know you will, there's going to be an extra full YouTube video, which is going to be more vlog style. So it'll be me kind of going back to my roots, where we started on YouTube together, all you OG people. So there's gonna be a completely whole video so you can see more in depth of like what I'm doing. Because when I'm filming with Ian, it's like we're filming during the week, so it's like Mondays or like Thursdays. So there's lots of days during the week that I can't share, that I don't share with you, because Ian can't be with me 24/7 because he has a life. And so I was like, why not just post a additional video for you guys? So I'm gonna have that in the subscription side. So every Wednesday at 12 noon, that one's going to be posted. And from now on, all of my videos, no matter if they're in the subscription or if they're on the regular page, are gonna be posted at 12 noon, because I was looking at the analytics and people actually are watching these videos on their lunch breaks anyway. So it'll be perfect for y'all to just sit down, watch it while you eat lunch, because I know that that's what I do. I watch my favorite YouTubers when I'm eating lunch. So besides that, go sign up for the subscription so you can see the weekly vlog that's going to be on there. Only the people in the subscription will see that one. And back to something a little bit more serious. So basically, long story short, the Olympia this year is out of the question. So how, you might ask? You guys have been watching this series and you know that it's been a challenge, to say the least, to get my body to lose weight at the rate that I have needed it to be in order to compete. So my first show date was supposed to be September 2nd, which that's not gonna happen because that's literally like a couple days after you're seeing this video and my body's not ready. And I have just been prepping this entire time, and I don't think I've ever shared a show date with you guys because I just wasn't sure, but I did have a show date picked out and it was September 2nd, and that's what we were going to do, and it turns out that my body's just not gonna be ready for that. You know, you guys saw really good progress on this Dexa scan, but in order to be as competitive as I want to be as a professional, I will not go on stage unless I'm 100% sure that I'm gonna be giving it my all and that my body is ready, that my mind is ready. And if that takes a little bit longer, then that's okay. But the sad thing is that since we're having to push the show date to October 28th in Florida, I think it's in Orlando, I missed the qualifications for this year's Olympia. So they closed the qualifications October 9th for the Olympia, which is November 2nd. So basically the show that I'm aiming for is October 28th, and the actual 2023 Olympia is like a couple days after in Orlando as well. So I'll be competing on that day, and then I'll also get to go and watch the Olympia, but my chances of qualifying are gone. So I really haven't wanted to tell you guys yet because I just wanted to process it a little bit myself and figure out like how I actually felt about it. And of course, like when Coach and I picked that date, we were like, okay, we'll probably still have a chance to qualify. And I looked it up and they cut off the qualifications October 9th, so it wasn't gonna happen. And then first, of course, I was like really sad at first because I was wanting that to happen so bad this year. But if I've learned anything, it's that when it's my time, it will be my time, and it's not gonna be on my timeline. It's going to be on the universe's timeline. I found that out during my IFBB Pro prep journey, that series, and I'm just okay with that, you know? And my coach was like, this is honestly kind of a good thing. And I was like, really, why? Like, oh, all my dreams are just in the trash. But that's not true. That was my initial gut reaction, was like, oh my God, this sucks. Because yeah, of course it sucks. But he was saying, he's like, I would rather you qualify early for the 2024 Olympia than qualify late for the 2023 Olympia. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, that's gonna give you an entire year for you to dedicate to the Olympia and focusing on being the best that you can be for it rather than like a couple of weeks. And I was like, yeah, like I guess you're right. So the more that I thought about that, the more of an better idea it seemed. So even though it's sad that I won't get to compete in this year's Olympia or even try to have a shot, but I will still have a chance to qualify for the 2024. So basically what happens is that the cutoff date is October 9th to qualify for the 2023 Olympia. So that means that any show after that will automatically qualify me for the 2024 Olympia. Obviously, I have to win it if I want to qualify. So, for example, if I go and compete at that show, which is 10/28, October 28th, and I get first in that show, then I'm qualified for 2024 Olympia like over a year in advance. So that gives me a year to work on my physique even more, make even more adjustments that I've already made this season. Like the amount of adjustments that I have made this season, like you guys have seen, and everyone's been messaging me like, your glutes have looked so much bigger, your hamstrings look so much bigger. And that was the purpose. Just imagine what would happen if I had a whole year dedicated to making those adjustments all geared towards the Olympia. And then content-wise, we would have an entire Olympia bound series for you guys to watch of like what it takes to like get ready for the Olympia. So that all just excites me so much because I love doing this, and that's the whole point of doing this. And it was a reminder when I was getting so butthurt about not competing when I wanted to compete. It was another reminder of, Julia, listen to your own freaking advice. You don't compete to the trophy. You don't compete just to go to the Olympia. You don't compete just to win a show. We're competing for this journey, and this is a part of the journey. You know, I know that I'm gonna look back on this moment right now and watching it and just know that this was exactly the right move that was for me. And I just also have to be patient. You know, my first show was in 2020 and I was a pro the next year. And that's an awesome accomplishment for me to have, but I get so stuck in the like, well, who cares? Like, that's not even cool anymore. Like, I want to achieve, I want to succeed. And then it puts me in a space of needing to do it all so fast. And that's not what bodybuilding's about. It's about being patient and taking your time and being healthy while you do it and enjoying the process. And that's what we're doing together. So that's the big news that I wanted to tell you guys. Olympia is off the table for this year, but we can go to the Olympia still and we can watch it and we can go together, me and you, and I'll take you guys through that whole journey. And if my body keeps going at this rate, then we can compete until, you know, this end of the year. And if I win first in one of the shows, then I automatically qualify for next year's 2024 Olympia. And then I can take an off season and prep for that and just have all of my focus go towards that. And that's honestly really exciting. So even though it's sad, it's bittersweet because it's a good thing. All of this is happening for a reason, even though it might be hard to see that. It is all happening for a reason. So I'm just gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna push my body to do anything that it's not ready to do, and it will be ready when it's ready. And we're already going in the right direction. So that's exciting. Other than that, meal prep wise with coach, I just sent my coach my body fat scan and everything. So he hasn't answered back from me, but I know he's gonna be super happy because we're in the teens, guys. We have 8% body fat to lose. And I started at 30% and we're 8% away from being where we need to be. And that's like crazy. And I'm so happy and grateful that my body is, that the work that we're putting into it is starting to work. So the meal plan change that coach made was back into the lower calories, but we have a high carb day every Saturday because every Saturday I have a cardio session in the morning. I have my training session during the day, and then I have post cardio afterwards. So having a high carb day on one of those leg days is going to be incredible. And when I tell you, because the vlog that you will see if you sign up for the subscription, I talk all about it in there, but the amount of strength that went up in just that one day from that high carb day was insane. So go make sure you subscribe and watch that video. And yeah, it's Monday and I'm already like waiting for my high carb day on Saturday. But yeah, so it'll be a week of like lower calories and then high carb day on Saturday. So yeah, I guess that's it, guys. It's all good things. I feel so much better now knowing kind of an idea of what's going to happen, but I'm still very open-minded about how it happens. And that's how I'm gonna be from here on out. And if I'm not, y'all guys, you check me. Ian, check me, because I could talk all about this stuff and being, it seems like sometimes I might have it all together, but I fall back into old patterns all the time. And it's like, how well can you catch it and how fast can you catch it and just get right back onto it. I'm not perfect, and that's very clear and obvious, and it's okay. So I love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think. Bye.